I do want to touch on this topic. I think many people are aware that menopause is a phenomenon that happens. That's 12 months of a woman not having a menstrual cycle. But men actually will go through andropause. And so this is when men may find they may have decreased strength, they may have some weight gain, they may deal with sore muscles beyond which they were accustomed to, they may have low libido. The number one cause of low libido in the United States, more often than not for men, is related to insulin resistance. They may also suffer from insomnia. In a 2016 study, nearly 40% of US males had low testosterone. That impacts over 13 million men. This is important. Low testosterone is almost always correlated with either exposure to estrogen mimicking chemicals in our environment, our personal care products, or our food, or it's directly related to insulin resistance, or it could be a combination of both. And as I mentioned, I always think about Bill Gates as a great example. Obviously, probably many people in this room know that he is pushing very much a plant-based agenda. And I don't in any way want to make this a political conversation. But if you look at how unhealthy Bill Gates looks, I always say as an example, like he would really benefit from eating a bit more meat and eating a bit more healthy fats. I'm being completely serious, but that's who I think of when I think of someone who looks like they're in significant andropause. On the other hand, with women, menopause, the average age in the United States is 51 years old. And so many women breeze through perimenopause, they have no issues, but more often than not, women will experience things like hot flashes and weight gain and low libido and muscle loss and insomnia. How many women in this room have dealt with or are dealing with insomnia? Yeah, it's a real problem. It's a catastrophic problem. And all of these symptoms can be exacerbated by insulin resistance, loss of insulin sensitivity. Remember I talked about women until we start heading into menopause are largely protected from this. And this is also exacerbated by the loss of estradiol, which is that predominant form of estrogen as we are heading into that time frame. So really important to understand that interrelationship. It also is impaired by the loss of testosterone and progesterone. And I always like women to understand that, and it happens as it also happens for men as well, that not having good quality sleep is an issue with it not being foundational to our health. That we need to sleep well to be able to maintain good insulin sensitivity. We need to sleep well to be able to replenish hormones. There's something called the glymphatic system in the brain that only gets triggered when we're asleep because it requires so much energy. But it's our body, it's like a toilet. It's like our brain literally has a toilet and it's only really clicked into when we are asleep. So important for people to understand that middle age, both men and women can have changes in their sex hormones, which can impact all of these areas. And if you're not sleeping well, you definitely want to figure out why and get some help. Okay. We were talking about this body composition with women. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on here, but this is just looking at what happens to women in menopause, that they have this increase in body fat, this reduction in insulin sensitivity related to the loss of muscle mass, and this can really get exacerbated.